Okay, it's about 2 minutes after the top of the hour, and I know we have a really full agenda for this E&T All-Staff Meeting, and so I want to make sure that we're able to start on time and end on time. So hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here this morning. We have a lot of great updates for you from each area of the organization, like I said. So let me move us along. If you have questions, and we totally encourage questions, please submit a question in the Q&A area down at the bottom right. And then if you see a question that someone asked that you would also like to ask or that's relevant and important to you, you can use the thumbs up icon to upvote that question so that we know it's particularly important. And this actually might be really important today because we have a lot of great things to cover. So in terms of information and making sure you have the info that you need and you're up to date, please make sure that you frequently check out our E&T intranet site. We always have lots of good updates on there, the latest and greatest info, as well the E&T News Bulletin and the 5-minute brief that both come out via email, and the TV screens throughout the organization. We definitely make sure we grab info to share so that everybody can be on the same page as best we can. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Tony, our Executive Director.
Well, good morning. I'm Tony Lucas, and I'm glad all of you were able to join us this morning. I get the honor and privilege of introducing you to 3 of the newest members of the Events and Transportation team. First, one of our Bruin bus transit operators, Charles Davis. Welcome, Charles. If you see him on a bus or out and about, make sure you stop and say hello. We also have, as one of our parking representatives in CMPS, Orlando Romero. But once again, welcome, Orlando. And finally, with our events office scheduling coordinator, new scheduling coordinator is Alana Velarde Sepulveda. So welcome, Alana. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tony, and welcome to our new employees. All right, next up, I'm going to hand it over to Zulema Hernandez, who has some information about a Customer Champions project that's been going on this year.
Hi, good morning. I'm Zulema Hernandez, and I'm representing the Raising Roots Customer Champions team. So our team was made up of 5 team members. Courtney Okwehi from Parking Assets, he was the lead for our team. We have Jennifer Belta, Catherine Yam, both from Bruin Commuter Programs, Angel Garcia from Valet and Medical Operations, and myself. And so the goal for our Customer Champions team was really to implement targeted retention strategies for our student employees in hopes of increasing overall student retention by spring 2025, boosting overall team morale and a sense of community for our students, and providing opportunities and awareness for growth and development. So really, we want our students to feel appreciated and welcome in our department so that they stay for longer periods of time. And with our project, we came up with 4 smaller projects for students. The first one being a welcome video. And so the welcome video is really for all new student hires. And the video will give them a quick overview of all of the units within CMPS and the different roles that students have within the unit. We also have a welcome swag bag for all new students, and this will be a part of their onboarding. Students will receive a welcome bag, which includes a tote bag, tumbler, pen, hand sanitizer, and a notebook. And we also have the graduation luncheon. So the graduation luncheon is really for all graduating students, and it'll be held on an annual basis. We had our very first graduation luncheon this past May, and it was attended by around 40 to 50 students across 2 days. And it was really great. We had students with their supervisors in attendance. We also served a lunch, had games, and did a couple of raffles at the luncheon. So we'll be hosting the next one in 2025. And then our last project is the Grad Year Grant. And this provides a cap and gown subsidy for graduation students. So E&T will cover the cost up to an entire cap and gown for graduating student employees. And the amount that the student receives will really be based on how long they've been with the department. So the longer the students have been here, the more likely that will cover the entire cost for them. And that's all for Raising Roots Project. I'll pass it over to Carlos.
Hi everyone, my name is Carlos Gonzalez and I am an operations team supervisor here at Parking Assets. Today I'll be presenting on behalf of my team, the All-Stars. So the other team members include Steven, who was our leader, Eric, and Samson. So we focus on wayfinding within the Ronald Reagan Medical Center and the emergency department parking area. So our team's goal is to improve our customer satisfaction survey score for wayfinding by 10%. In order for us to determine our focus, we did a walkthrough of the area. We also did a voice of the customer where we had a thorough discussion with the customer to hear about their concerns and their experience. And also we reviewed the survey results from the customer satisfaction survey from the previous year and also from a survey that we created from the team for valet and self-parking. Next, I'll highlight some of our team's accomplishments. So one of our accomplishments was the signage. So based on our assessment, we focused on improving the signage in the parking area. Our customers found the signs confusing or not applicable, and they were unclear about how to get to their appointments from the parking area. And with the approval of the supervisors, we finalized the verbiage, designs, and placement of the signs. The next steps will be a walkthrough with the sign shop. The second accomplishment was updating the parking information for customers. We discovered that some differences in parking information and rates provided to customers. Our team made sure that all sources of parking information, including websites and handouts, were consistent. We also submitted some requests to Google Maps so that the parking entrances are clear for our customers. The third accomplishment was the wayfinding volunteer program. We partnered with the hospital's existing wayfinding program to provide additional support to our customers. We found the customers in the area need help navigating to and from their appointments or locating their vehicles. The pilot program will be launched this fall. To support this launch, we created training manuals, FAQs, and reusable maps for the volunteers to use when assisting customers. The next accomplishment was pathway improvements. So we used available supplies to protect the pedestrian pathway that leads into a stall. We designed stickers to be placed in pathways for customers leading to and from the ER and valet pickup. With our leadership's approval, we've identified the potential pathways that would now be presented to the hospital's aesthetics committee for approval. Even though our project has formally ended, we have committed to completing all tasks that were still in progress for our 90-day check-in. And that will wrap it up for me, and I'll pass it back to Gina.
Thank you so much, Carlos, and thank you, Zulema. All right, next up we have Gerardo with the Central Ticket Office.
All right. Thank you, Gina. So my name is Gerardo Galliano, and the director of the Central Ticket Office. And the Central Ticket Office joined the E&T department on July the 1st. So I wanted to explain to you who we are, what we do, and who we service. So we'll talk a little bit about our background, our mission, our staff, venues, our clientele, and just show some numbers for you. So just a little history. In 1979, Chancellor Young actually decided that he wanted to have the campus community have the opportunity to buy tickets at one centralized location. At that time, there were 5 different locations around campus. So in 1990, we actually opened in the James West Alumni Center, which is where we are, and all 5 ticket offices came together, and we sell tickets now for every single event on campus. Our mission statement, it's to provide access to UCLA events through excellence and top quality service to our customers. Definitely something that we practice and preach every day. Our staff, just wanted to give you a quick overview. So when we're fully staffed, we do have 14 career staff members and over 50 student employees. So I just want to give you a brief introduction to them. So Ruben Acevedo is our assistant director in charge of operations and IT. Rick Anderson, who's our senior assistant director in charge of athletics. Eileen Carter, who is our customer service manager in charge of our window operation. Nereo Diaz, who's our senior athletics and ticket data systems manager. Laura Fernandez, who is athletics and ticket data systems manager. There's Catherine Hernandez, who is our event box office manager. Jamal Johnson, our customer service executive manager and special events coordinator. Andrew Lamb, senior assistant director, administration and finance. Antonio Paulino, customer service manager, telephones. Drew Pinchana, financial manager. Sandra Ramirez, office manager. And Rubiel Varela, who is our operations manager. So definitely, if you see him around campus, see him in the office, please say hello. CTO does manage tickets for over 23 venues, both on and off campus. Our biggest venue is the Rose Bowl, where the UCLA football team plays. So there's about over 88,000 tickets. Our smallest is the Little Theater on campus, where we have about 172. But as you can see, there's run the gamut from very small to fairly large. So we do ticket not just permanent box offices, but we also set up tables and canopies around campus when the need arises. Who are our clients? Our two biggest clients are UCLA Athletics and UCLA Performing Arts, referred to as CAP UCLA. But we also have a big partnership with transit, where we do all of the transit passes, we do citations, we do the boots. So we've had a long-standing relationship with E&T over the years. But we also sell tickets for theme parks, and we sell tickets for movie theaters. So please visit our website or visit us, and you can get tickets for those. Just looking at our reporting, a quick overview, we ticket about 500 events a year. The numbers have been increasing since the pandemic. Generally, we do 1.2 million tickets or more, and about 25 million is generally the average for income. So we usually have about 3,000 to 3,500 customer transactions over the month. So very quick overview. So that is it for me. I know that was a lot of information. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm happy to let you know a little bit more about our services and our staff. Thank you. And this time I will pass it on to Michelle.
Thanks, Gerardo. So I'm Michelle Perlejo. I am the executive assistant for E&T, and here are the updates for central administration. So first up, our training and organizational development team is setting up Treats with Tony. In the months to come, Tony will be making his rounds across the organization to meet and greet with employees at every level within each unit. So stay tuned for the dates when he'll be in your area. Drop by and enjoy a treat with Tony. Next, work environment survey chats are wrapping up this month, and the TOD team extends a thank you to everyone who participated. Employee sentiment will be shared with the strategic projects work group on September 9th, and improvements will begin to be implemented this fall, so stay tuned for that. Strategic planning for the fiscal year of 2024 to 2025 is well underway this summer, with planning retreats being held across the department. So if you'd like updates on our annual goals, don't forget to check out our SharePoint site for those updates. Next is our annual coaching conversations. So annual mid-performance review coaching conversations are coming up this October. Coaching conversations at E&T provide a safe and helpful space for employees and supervisors to connect and discuss any needs, tools, resources, or support that may be needed in order to continue to be successful. Now, we do have some updates from Health and Human Resources. There may be some warm weeks ahead, so to keep everyone informed about how to stay safe in high heat, Information about the campus heat illness and prevention program, also known as HIP, was sent out ENT-wide on August 9th and included guidelines for hydration and shade and ventilation during periods of extreme caution, danger, or extreme danger for heat illness, as well as break schedules for those working outdoors and/or outside of air-conditioned spaces. So please check with your supervisor if you have any questions about compliance with these guidelines. Additionally, the OSHA NIOSH Heat Safety Tool app calculates the heat index at your location. These can be found in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Per Environment Health and Safety, also known as EH&S, all employees working outdoors must complete heat illness training. The training will assist them in recognizing and treating heat-related illnesses. Training can be found in the WorkSafe portal. More detailed information will be available on the ENT intranet by the end of this week. Some more information about this program. On August 14th, EH&S notified campus of the California Occupational Health and Safety Standards Board's approval of a new regulation which focuses on heat illness prevention for indoor workers. So this applies to all indoor workers at campus work locations when the temperature equals or exceeds 82 degrees Fahrenheit. These guidelines include access to clean, potable drinking water free of charge, as close as possible to work and/or cool down areas, at least one cool down area maintained below 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Workers are also encouraged to take preventative cool down rest periods, and employees will be monitored for symptoms of heat-related illness. So please check with your supervisor again about compliance with these guidelines. And also take note that this standard will not apply to telecommuting employees in places not under UCLA's control, or when an employee is exposed at or above 85 degrees Fahrenheit and below 95 degrees Fahrenheit for less than 15 minutes within a 60-minute period. This also does not apply to vehicles without effective or functioning air conditioning. Additional information about HIP for both outdoors and indoors can be found on the ENT intranet. We also have some updates on vaccine policies. Campus Human Resources recently shared the final policy and update on vaccination programs via email on August 19th. Essentially, campus has adopted the following. The COVID-19 vaccination program has transitioned to a system-wide opt-out program for all covered individuals. The seasonal influenza program remains an opt-out program, and the annual compliance date has changed to November 1st. The COVID-19 vaccine declination statement has also been updated. UCLA students, staff, and faculty are required to self-attest to being up to date with COVID-19 and influenza vaccines, or affirmatively decline vaccinations. Again, more information regarding these policies can be found on the ENT intranet. We also have some training sessions coming up. So instructor-led Stop the Bleed training sessions begin on September 3rd. If you have not signed up for a session, makeup sessions will be available once all currently scheduled sessions have been completed. Active shooter training facilitated by UCPD has been scheduled for September 16th. More information will follow shortly for that training. A reminder that all mandatory university compliance training must be completed by the due date provided. Notices are sent out by the Learning Management System, also known as LMS, in regular intervals once the course has been assigned. So these courses include cybersecurity and sexual violence and sexual harassment prevention, among some other trainings. If you cannot access LMS or you run into any difficulties with the training modules, please contact Kimberly Villarreal Jimenez. We have miscellaneous updates. For updates to UCLA directory, please complete the form located on the ENT intranet and forward the completed forms to Kimberly Jimenez for processing. For those employees who are working a hybrid schedule, FlexWork agreements will be updated on a yearly basis. More information about that to follow. And lastly, a reminder that all doors that require a swipe to enter are to remain closed. So these are mainly the exterior doors on our buildings. They are not to be propped open as this poses a security risk. If they are propped open for deliveries, etc., someone must remain close by to ensure that unauthorized individuals do not enter the area. And finally, Events and Transportation is currently hiring in the following positions: one part-time paratransit van operator and a full-time Bruin bus transit operator. So please feel free to review any job postings that may interest you or for someone you feel would be a good match for the position. So that's it for central admin updates. I'll pass it to Robin Bell for employee engagement updates.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much, Michelle. I really appreciate the intro. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to highlight some of our star performers. So just in case you've missed their smiling faces on our TV screens or maybe in the E&T News Bulletin, I wanted to take a minute to highlight them. So why is this not advancing? Hold on one sec. Give me one sec here. Everything was going so smoothly, wasn't it? Okay, let's try again. All right, so let's take a minute to highlight our star performers. Let's see. All right, so to kick us off, so we're going to go back in time from the last time we met at our all-staff meeting. So back in April, our Employee of the Month recipients were Josue Antonio Soriano, representing our valet team, and Luis Lopez, representing our central admin team. For the month of May, we have Marie Ephraim representing transit operations and Tirza Wences from Commuter and Parking Services admin team. For the month of June, we have Carlos Gonzalez from our assets team and Raquel Santiago from strategy and business analysis. For the month of July, we have Benjamin Gonzalez representing parking enforcement and Magali de los Santos representing finance. So let's give them all a virtual round of applause for a job well done. But not to forget our fabulous students that support us in so many different ways. Let's recognize Michael Adkins. He was our April Student Employee of the Month, and he is from our Bruin Commuter Programs area. And then we also have Yadira Martinez from Bruin Commuter Programs as well. And she was our May Student Employee of the Month. For the month of June, we have Cole Hanem from Bruin Commuter Programs and Ariella Acosta, also known as Ari, from our assets team. So they were our June and July Student Employee of the Month recipients. So we have a lot of different recognition programs coming up, so keep an eye on those bulletins and on those TV screens, and we will have more information coming your way. Now I'm going to hand it off to Courtney Abwehi.
Thank you, Robin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Courtney Abwehi, and I will be giving updates on commuter and parking services. Starting with the admin team, the CMPS admin team partnered with E&T Training and Development and Business Process Management to facilitate the 2024 Customer Champions Program. As you heard earlier, both Customer Champions teams were very successful in working to improve the customer experience, and we look forward to hosting another Customer Champions program soon. The medical operations team is looking to hire a large quantity of student valet attendants this fall. Pay for this position starts at $19 an hour. If you know any students interested in applying, the link to our application can be found on the transportation website. The CMPS blog is posted weekly and features articles about operational updates, CMPS projects, employee engagement efforts, and more. You can check it out by visiting www.operationalupdates.home.blog. Next, we have parking enforcement. To start off, parking enforcement and the CMPS admin team would like to thank the all hands on deck volunteers once again for their help during commencement and door move out. Thanks to everyone's hard work, the events went smoothly. They were also able to debut a new operation for procuring and delivering meals and snacks, which was made possible by the incredible efforts of our volunteers. Speaking of the dorms, we're once again gearing up for dorm move-in. Parking enforcement will once again be in need of volunteers to assist from the 18th to the 22nd. A new all hands on deck call should be out shortly if you haven't already received it. This year, they will need more than just traffic direction help. They'll need support in various capacities to ensure a seamless move-in experience for our students. With our recent move to the Big Ten, we are facing unknown schedules and tip-off times for the men's basketball season. Enforcement has a meeting scheduled with EH&S, PD, REC, and other units this week to discuss these changes. They anticipate an increased need for support during traditional work hours, and your cooperation will be crucial in managing these events effectively. Enforcement will now have LPR and permit integrations that will enhance their patrolling efficiency. License plate hits will now be automatically cross-checked with our permit system, and they will have maps of violations to better anticipate patrolling needs. This will streamline their operations and improve their ability to manage parking assets. Lastly, with the help of our fleet team, enforcement will be installing new PA systems in their vehicles. This will allow them to make announcements to drivers without needing to find a place to pull over or exit the vehicle in traffic, enhancing their communication capabilities and overall efficiencies. Moving over to PAFM. PAFM has completed the conversion of room 122C1 into an inventory room. The room now has new paint, flooring, and storage racks. Racks have been assigned to multiple units, and there are racks for deliveries and packages. If your unit needs a rack for storage, please reach out to someone in PAFM. Room 152 has been converted into a meeting space and will soon be available to reserve an outlet. The wall that once divided the room has been removed, and the lighting in the room has been updated with new fixtures and dimmers. There is also new painted flooring, and new furniture will be arriving soon. The parking specialist locker rooms have been remodeled with new paint, flooring, lockers, additional outlets, and more storage. The parking structure for our 110-volt EV project has been completed, and the outlets are ready for use by our campus visitors. The 71 new chargers include level 1 outlets and level 2 chargers in the ADA stalls. The break room renovation is underway, and PAFM is working with DPM on layout designs. A break room feedback team has been assembled to provide feedback in certain decisions throughout the renovation. There is a representative from each E&T unit. More updates to come. And lastly, the renovation is underway for the renovation of the cashier's office in the Ronald Reagan Medical Center. They will be getting a new workspace and the paint job, and the goal is to complete it by the end of the summer. Thank you all for your time. I will now pass it to May with finance.
Hello, my name is Mei Zhang, and I will be sharing the update from finance system and the analytic groups. Let's begin from the finance group, fiscal year closure. The fiscal year 23 to 24 ledger officially closed on August 5th, 2024, with the final operation statement set to be released in September. Broom by plus stabilization. The university has successfully reduced the invoice backlog by over 99% and continues to focus on stabilization Broom by plus, aiming to maintain momentum and improve procurement process. Ascent 2.0 project pause. After a thorough assessment of finance and the procurement process in August 2024, the Ascent 2.0 project has been paused to focus on further stabilization and the development of more effective long-term strategies. Now, moving on to the update from the Technology Project Management and Application Development Group. Transit portal replacement. The team are collaborating with mobility planning and the traffic system, commuter parking services, and the fleet transit to design a new transit portal application on the Salesforce platform, aiming for a winter quarter launch. Fleet Anywhere Improvement Project. We are currently in the phase 2 of this project, which includes launching a new customer access portal and the billing reports in Tableau for campus fund manager, is nearing completion, with training videos and a communication plan being prepared for a fall quarter launch. Phase 3 expects to complete in early 2025. Next, we will move up to the IT group. New E&T products director Patrick Brook started on July 8th as the new IT products director with IT services for events and transportation. He will lead the vision, strategy, and roadmap for UCLA's suites of events and transportation technologies, which encompass key application systems and infrastructure. Network migration project. The E&T IT team and the ITS network services team complete a 2-year project to upgrade E&T's IT infrastructure and migrate to the campus converged network. As a part of this project, we also migrate our security camera to the campus camera system. This initiative will greatly improve the security and the reliability of our IT environment for years to come. Ski data network upgrade. Our team partnered with ITS network operations, replaced ski data's outdated equipment at the medical and the conference centers after hours to minimize disruption to patients and the visitors. Finally, let's move on to the update from analytics group. Data ingestion automation. We are progressing on automating data ingestion for citation payments and appeals data and the fleet telematics data. Permit privilege visualization. The development of visual representations of permit privilege is underway to help customers better understanding parking options. Revenue project model. The volume-based revenue projection model for permit sales has been successfully implemented, enabling granular revenue modeling to ensure a strong financial footing. Vehicle speeding reporting. Reporting on university vehicle speeding trends has been finalized in collaboration with fleet and transit teams, providing a tool to monitor driving behavior across the university. Thank you. I will now hand over to Emily.
Great, thank you, May. Good morning, everyone. This is Emily Hahn with Mobility Planning and Traffic Systems, and I'll be sharing our team updates. From public transit, for employee transit passes, we are consolidating the quarterly employee transit pass offerings from 3 to 1. The commuter all access pass which will be offered at $60 a quarter. For the Tier 1 Transit Pass pilot program, we're now expanding the program to departments outside of administration. Departments would sponsor 2/3 of the cost of the commuter all access pass, which would be offered free to employees earning less than $68,000 annually. We're also launching a free promotional transit pass program for new employees. We're working with CMPS and CRM to provide a free quarterly transit pass to new employees upon signing up for the new employee orientation session. For active transportation, we're in the final stages of the micromobility RFP process, and the main focus will be enhancing the parking reporting policies so that the campus community can directly report poorly parked shared scooters, and the vendors can escalate penalties to the customers that repeatedly park poorly. So stay tuned for more details. We're getting a new Metro bike share station at University Village Apartments on the Sepulveda side. So stay tuned for when that'll be added. And our new bike shop supervisor is starting next month. So keep your eyes out for the bike shop reopening date. In terms of capital projects, working on project at Charles E. Young Drive North to expand the charter bus pad. We're reconstructing the north side of the pad and providing a new pad on the south side. to provide 4 additional bus parking spaces. An ADA compliant sidewalk is being constructed along the north pad to provide access to the numerous tour groups that visit campus each day. At the PS8 median, we're adding an accessible pedestrian signal. This will allow students and staff to safely access the vote box in the center of the island and cross more safely. They'll be able to push the button if they get stuck in the center when the light changes. Across campus, we're adding bike-sensitive detector loops. Building off of our momentum from the West Homer paving, we're installing bicycle-sensitive detector loops at traffic signals around the campus perimeter and up to 4 locations within campus to help enhance multimodal accessibility. Also across campus, we're enhancing the visibility of our traffic signals. We're adding reflective backplates at 9 traffic signals around campus. The reflective backplates yellow enhances the signal visibility, improving safety for vehicles and pedestrians alike. From the Be Well Healthy Campus Initiative, MPTS is working on a parklet project in front of the Medical Plaza aimed at enhancing our campus environment and promoting well-being. 2 large Chinese elm trees repurposed from the UCLA Research Park at the Westside Pavilion have been delivered and will soon be planted to provide shade and create a welcoming space for relaxation and gathering. These efforts are part of our broader mission to cultivate a healthier and more vibrant campus. Those are the updates for MPTS, and I'll pass it off next to Brian Hope with Fleet and Transit.
Thank you, Emily. Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Hope. I will be presenting on behalf of Fleet and Transit today. What's new with Fleet and Transit? We've recently completed the installation of charging stations in the PD lot located at the facilities alley to help support the electrification of their fleet. Additionally, we are in the process of installing a donated hydrogen gen cell charging station at the fleet yard, as well as installing 6 charging stations in parking structure 4 to expand the use of the Bruin car fleet in that area. Also, with charging at the transit yard, we are in the process of installing level 3 DC fast chargers to help support some new electric buses that are in the process of being procured, as well as installing a heavy-duty wash bay at the old CNG station in the transit yard to keep our buses clean and pretty. On the grant side of things, in case you were not aware, so far we've been awarded over $1 million in funds to help support our efforts to support the university, such as the Energize grant, which was $750,000 to support the installation of charging stations at the transit yard, the Communities in Charge grant of $42,000 to help assist with the procurement of light-duty university vehicle charging stations, the Access for All grant of $200,000 to help support the Bruin Access program, as well as the Be Smart About Safety grant, which was for $72,500 to acquire and operationalize a GPS program for all university vehicles. We've also recently submitted 2 additional requests for grants, so we're really hoping that we can get these awarded. One is the Student Fee Advisory Committee grant for $250,000 to help maintain and support the Bruin Access program into the future, as well as a big one, which is the TIRSIP grant for $25 million to assist with the installation of dynamic and inductive charging in the roadways, as well as the creation of a transit hub on Kinross Ave to help support mobility in the future. What's new with Fleet? We are in the process of launching a new improved vehicle lifecycle program management. As part of that, light-duty vehicles will be replaced on a 7 to 8 year cycle. Low-speed vehicles will be replaced on a 6-year schedule, and our heavy-duty vehicles will be replaced every 10 to 12 years. As part of that, we are also looking to implement a new minimum utilization standard for the long-term assignment of vehicles to departments on campus. And effective January 1st, we are going to formalize the standard of procuring a zero-emission vehicle option first if there is a zero-emission option available for vehicle purchase. As part of that effort, we are actually in the process of currently buying 2 new electric buses that will replace 2 of our older CNG vehicles. Next, we have a Bruin Access video.
Bruin Access is a complimentary paratransit service for qualified students and employees who have permanent or temporary mobility issues. Bruin Access offers curb-to-curb rides from most points on and near campus weekdays from 7 a.m. to 12 midnight. Vans are wheelchair accessible and are available on demand using the TripShot app, found in the App Store or on Google Play. Scan here or visit the UCLA Transportation website for more details. Bruin Bus. We keep UCLA moving.
So I'd like to thank you all. Next up will be Ella Crowell with the events office.
Hello. Okay, let's. Sorry. Oh my goodness. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hold on one second.
No, you're good, Ella. Just hit the presentation mode button and then it'll be good to go.
Okay. Okay. Is it sharing now?
It is sharing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, just hit that
Okay.
presentation mode button at the bottom right.
Oh, I did. Maybe it's not on that. Hold on. I did hit the presentation mode. Is it not in presentation mode?
Not at the moment. Okay, so go back to the PowerPoint. Because right now you're doing a screen share for, yeah, okay, so now we see the PowerPoint and then hit that.
It just opened it up on another screen. I think
Okay.
that's the problem. And
Oh yeah,
I'm
you can
not
pull it back if you're on dual monitors, pull it back to where it was.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. So right now you just pulled up your emails. So it looks like you're sharing a different screen than maybe you think you are. So pull away your emails, yeah, and then pull back the PowerPoint.
It keeps sharing the wrong screen.
Yeah, that's okay. Can you pull it back to, because we see your desktop at the moment.
Oh my goodness.
You want me to help?
Yeah, thank you.
So, to sharing.
Thanks, Clinton.
Zoom.
This is teamwork at its best. Bravo.
Zoom is down here.
Yes.
This is why we, yes.
Right there, right here. Well, here, and then there.
That's Zoom.
Yeah, well, if you click on this, and then you'll see the Zoom come up. If you click on that.
This one?
No, this one, the Google.
Okay. Oh, I see.
There's my Zoom.
Oh, it's in Zoom. Okay. So down here, share screen. We're going to share a window.
You know, this is as good a time as any to remind everyone. If y'all go ahead.
And we'll do this. Is that better?
Yeah,
yes.
we see her PowerPoint in the edit view.
Just ask her if that's okay.
I hear Steve, but Steve's breaking up. So if putting it into presentation mode is going to be too much, I think that this is probably good. And then as long as you can.
Show you later.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So just going over some of the things that we've done this summer so far. Well, that's already passed. Basically, there really wasn't anything going on in terms of student events. The students were off campus, so we didn't have any student events except for a film shoot. For departmental events, we just have our normal annual events that are for the new students, the new freshman students and their families, and the new transfer students, basically breakfasts, lunch, campus tours. Those were happening in outdoor areas on campus, and also doing some breakout sessions in some classrooms. And then we had the Regents meeting at the Luskin Conference Center. For external events, we had a lot of multi-day room rentals. This was because there was some construction, I believe, happening at some of the rooms in housing that normally these conferences book. So they came down to us and booked some of our classrooms. We had several commercial film shoots and photo shoots. We issued film permits for some soccer teams that were practicing here, Manchester United, Wrexham Football Club. And then we also had the 76ers basketball team practicing, and they did some filming here too. Next week, we're supposed to have the LA Rams Vendor Village at Wilson Plaza. This is in conjunction with an event happening at either Annenberg or the Intramural Field, where it's going to be a flag football event for girls. So the LA Rams Vendor Village is going to be like just some booths with some vendors that are giving out some things for the people that are attending that event. And then coming the fall, we're very, very, very busy, especially Welcome Week. So we have the Enormous Activities Fair, which is the big info fair for the students, about 7,000 in attendance, 700 student groups, 70 departments, a lot of marketing activations, big marketing activations happening. So that will be at Wilson Plaza and Dixon Court, Wilson Plaza and Royce Quad. And then we have the Engineering Welcome Day event, Resource Fair, that's going to be at Court of Sciences. And basically that whole Welcome Week, every little piece of grass will be having an event on it between Monday and Wednesday. The BSC rally will be happening again in November. There will be about 3,000 in attendance, music and performances. They will not be having the bonfire anymore. So I don't know if that will ever come back, but probably not likely. So it's just going to be the rally with the stage. An event that's coming back since we used to have it before COVID. It's the UCLA NICU Festival. It's put on by the Mattel Children's Hospital. It's for children that have been in the NICU at that hospital for a long time and that lived. So it's a really cute festival for kids that has games, a petting zoo, arts and crafts. They give away a lot of food and candy to the kids too. So that's coming back, and that's going to be held at Royce Quad. Exploring Your Universe, that's our annual big science fair. It is going to be at Court of Sciences. It's about 3,000 people that attend. It's great for kids. I suggest you guys, if you're available that day and have kids, you should totally come. It's free and it's really fun and really engaging, and the kids are really interested in the science that they are putting about that day. Bruin Family Weekend will also be happening again. It's happening a little bit later in the year. Usually it's more in like late October, but this time it's happening early November because of schedules with Chancellor and games, I guess, that they try to align with some sporting event. So there'll be about 14,000 people in attendance. It'll be taking place in most of our outdoor areas, Wilson Plaza, Royce Quad, and basically almost all of our grass areas are used for this event. External events, we have the All In Summit that's happening in early September. That's going to be a 3-day event. It's at Royce Hall Theater, and then they use the Royce Quad area. That's a picture of it right there last year. This is our second year doing it. It's a private event. It's a tech, so it's a group called the Besties, and they are CEOs of some big companies, and it's a talk, basically seminars about like tech and politics and business, and it's mostly attended by entrepreneurs. So that will be happening I believe the second week of September. And then we have a lot of multiple marketing activations for Welcome Week that are happening. We have a few 5Ks, the Dee Hirsch 5K, that will be to fundraise for suicide prevention. All of our 5Ks take place at Wilson Plaza, is the main hub area where they leave from, and then they run around campus. Then we also have the LA Cancer Challenge. That one is happening in, I believe that one's in October. The Dee Hirsch, I believe, is in September. And then the Alex's Lemonade event, that's happening also later in the year. Normally that's in September. They've asked to be in October now, so they're going to be the first weekend in October. This is our annual nonprofit organization event where They come in, they have a food, wine, and spirit festival that raises money for children's cancer patients and research. It'll be at Roy Squad and Dixon Court North. And the expected attendance is 3,000. And that's it. Oh, that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my screen for our Q&A feature and turn it over to Steve.
Okay, thanks, Gina. So yeah, I had some technical difficulties today. Gina, remind me, we do post these, AMC will post these slides up later on the internet, right? So
Yes.
okay, so yeah, if anyone missed anything or if any presenters are having issues displaying their slides, people can always catch up there.
Yeah.
So post the written answers to all the Q&A questions, I believe, as a separate file. Today we just had a couple of questions come in. It's still not too late. We've got a few minutes. You know, I know we got a lot of information today. We heard from CTO for the first time. You know, if any of you non-CTO people have questions for Gerardo, you can just ask them right now. Or like he said, you can reach out to him later. Likewise, hey, any of you CTO folks have questions on anything you saw today, you can pop it in the Q&A right now. I'm just going to keep letting out hot air to see if, buy some time for anyone who's shy to pop something in there. Let's see here. Like to remind everyone, hey, actually, let me kick it over to Michelle for a quick announcement.
Hi, everyone. So while you might be typing up questions, I just want to make a quick announcement. So for everyone who is on site tomorrow, Michael Beck is hosting another Thank You Thursday at CTO and at the Transit and Fleet Yards. So Michael will be at CTO, in the CTO area around 1 to 1:15 p.m. and then in the Transit and Fleet areas between 3:15 to 4:15 p.m. So we encourage everyone to drop by and enjoy some ice cream tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. That sounds great. Okay, I don't see any. Oh, I do see a question that popped into the Q&A. And I guess Gerardo, this will be for you. Gerardo, go ahead and unmute to just answer it live if you wouldn't mind. The question was, I'll read the question and you can answer. The question is, do CTO colleagues get access to any special ticket discounts for any events or games, or is it just whatever is available for all UCLA staff?
Great question, and the answer is whatever is available to all staff for the most part. We do have some discounts for faculty staff for football and basketball, so athletics does offer some discounts on those events. And they also have special faculty and staff days for certain Olympic sports for free, or for football for a big discounted price. So we also have the theme parks and movie tickets, which are discounted for the whole UCLA community. So definitely have access to those as well. Performing arts, if you're an arts fan, they do offer faculty staff tickets for some of their Royce events for $25. The Nimoy events are priced at $32, so there's no faculty staff discount for that, but it is very affordably priced for those events.
Great, thanks, Gerardo.
Sure.
So yeah, all verbally answered Q&A questions will be captured in the recorded video that's posted online, and like I said before, the written answers will be posted in a separate file online as well. So let's see. Okay, I don't see any other questions. I want to give a huge thank you to all the speakers today. You know, they're not professional speech givers. These are people who are volunteer or voluntold from their units to come and present today on behalf of their units. Many of them aren't used to doing this or maybe doing it for the first time, and you all did a great job. Yeah, if any of you would like to volunteer for your unit next time in a few months, please, let your supervisor or manager know. Otherwise, yeah, we'll get a few minutes of our lives back. Any final announcements or comments anyone on the panel would like to make? All right, going once, going twice. All righty. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, you all, for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.